Hello and welcome back to another DWFA commentary, and today we'll be continuing on with Doctor Who Casualty with part 2. So let's get right into it. I forgot I ever had this logo, it's really weird.
He's got a pulse, but it's very faint.
So a few months had passed between me releasing the first episode and this episode. So this one has a different font, different title sequence, and it looks a lot different, but not in a good way, unfortunately. Because for some reason I decided to film this episode at night, despite the fact it's set during the day.
Can I see him? Of course.
So, not my finest hour. Oh, that bit at the end of the previously there is from a prequel as well, which I released between part 1 and part 2, I think for FA Day, actually, in 2014, the first one. So these titles model themselves on the 2014 titles by using clips from Casualty in them. And I do quite like them. Not a huge fan of the colour scheme now, but I think the clip selection's nice. The logo's not too bad either. It's much sleeker than it was in part 1. And he's dead. This is the first episode I think that includes like production credit, like producer or director as well, which I then went on to do in basically all my FAs since, really. Resus with a ripped door. Yeah, like I say. Or maybe this isn't all filmed at night then. I think a chunk of it is though. The ending certainly is.
Don't know if this helps, but...
this is the first time I tried to do any sort of ADR, I think.
Doesn't help.
Also, Clara is no longer voiced by me. She was voiced by one of my friends at school, actually. And I was in year 9, I think, at the time. She never voiced any other characters. This was the only episode, the only character. So, yeah, it's a bit of a blip, really.
Yeah, actually. I lost my mate back in 2004. He was a doctor too.
This is a weird reference about Charlie losing a friend in 2004. I think it's because I'd recently watched the Holby crossovers with Casualty, so I was like, oh, I could put a reference to that in, not really thinking about the fact that it had been 10 years. Like, I'm not sure it really works.
Like I said, it gets easier.
What was your name again?
Charlie.
There's a lot of gaps between dialogue in this one,
Thank you for the
so
support, Charlie.
that's not great.
Right, now Dr. Hardy here is going to take you for that x-ray on your arm, okay? If you'd like to follow me...
Oh, Ethan's been replaced as well. I don't know what happened there, but obviously I wasn't on continuity that day, so I've replaced the figure that was playing Ethan with Rory instead of Captain Jack. So, yeah, continuity, great. If I do an omnibus of this ever, then it's not really going to match up. That effect doesn't look too shabby. And then the Doctor's back, as you do. I do like some of the transitions I did. They're a bit like straight. You can see my Angry Birds iPod Touch case in the reflection of that. So that's not my finest moment.
I'm just gonna go grab a coffee.
I thought the audio had gone then, but there's just no audio. It's just a really...
Okay.
It's a weird shot that's held for a really long time.
Doctor?
Yeah.
This is what I mean now about I started filming it at night, because it doesn't look good. I don't know what possessed me to do it. I don't know why I didn't just wait until the following day to continue filming then.
Well, this isn't our universe.
What about ours then? Is it still there?
Yes, The shrunk.
Yeah, now there's a weird
This version
glitch.
needed
I'm not
exist.
sure whatever actually
City
happened. I don't know if it
exists.
is the original render that did
So how
this,
did we get back?
or if it messed up when it got uploaded to YouTube. But there's just solid seconds of green, and I don't know what happened, because the audio's all intact, but the visuals, they're not there.
Right. So what can I do?
Nothing. All I need you to do is go and get your arm fixed. Then when I've got the defibrillator and your arm is okay, we can both leave.
Okay. Good luck.
In case you didn't hear that, because I was talking over it about the green, they're now going to use a hospital defibrillator to jumpstart the TARDIS after it crashed, and be able to fly off into time and space.
Okay.
These stories are interesting because there's no threat, there's no monster, there's no villain, there's no
Get you some
trouble really to overcome apart from the TARDIS won't start. Which I think I realised was not the best way to do these sort of episodes. So when I did them in 2016, I did it as a Dalek story instead, because it felt then that I could raise the stakes a lot higher, the characters could be a lot more involved, and I could get a lot more out of it.
Doctor?
I can't stop. Meet me at the TARDIS.
Okay.
I like how there's a fireman guarding the TARDIS. Like, why is he still there? It's night time now, apparently. So Clara's convinced him that she can go in to get her medication. Another good transition there, actually. Not too shabby.
Come on.
Okay, I'm coming out now.
And then the Doctor runs past, knocks him over, apparently. And goes into the TARDIS.
Time to go.
This door isn't going to hold much longer.
Yes. Got it.
And we're at the end of the episode now, really. So we have the TARDIS dematerialising. And in comes the pre-credit music. Different one this time, the regular version.
Want a drink? Yeah. You saw the firebox too, right? Yeah. Good.
And off the Doctor and Clara go to more adventures, I guess. And then we have the credits. So I did enjoy making these episodes when I did them, to the point where I made another 2 years later. I don't know what it is about them, but Casualty is also one of my favourite shows, and it felt like an interesting idea to cross them over, because I feel like there's a lot you can do, especially when you put one of the Casualty characters as the companion as such, which I do in the Dalek Invasion of Holby later down the line. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in a Series 4 commentary very soon.